Happy Independence Day and welcome back to this special edition of Positive Chat with Raisa. As you can see, I'm all decked out in my 4th of July attire in honor of this veterans-themed episode. And I know you can't see them, but even the shoes are repping America today. Check it out. This is commitment. That's commitment to the cause. They don't even match my shorts. Not only do I want this episode to be an opportunity to, I can't put my shoes on. Not only do I want this episode to be an opportunity to celebrate and honor those who have served our country, I also want this to be an opportunity to inspire and uplift you this week. So let's get right into it. The subject of our first story has much cause for celebration. At 90 years old, it's been over 70 years since Ronald Gilroy was a high school student. In 1944, at 17 years old, Ronald dropped out of his high school to serve his country in World War II. After the war, Ronald spent another 10 years with the Army, eventually got married, and raised 7 children in Carbondale, Colorado. Now, 73 years later, those children and many others got to witness Ronald finally receive his diploma. His family wept as Ronald walked the stage with the graduating class of Carbondale Area High School. Principal Joseph Farrell presented the diploma to Ronald with gratitude for the service to our country and to our community. In the U.S. Armed Forces, no one gets left behind, and for the veterans in our next story, that also means in death. When 91-year-old Serena Vine passed away with no known living relatives, only 4 people were expected to show up at her funeral. Serena spoke 3 languages and served in the Navy during World War II in radio intelligence. She lived in the Washington, D.C. VA hospital for 20 years before she passed away. Prior to that, she was homeless. When fellow veteran Jasmine Booth heard about Serena's funeral plans, she decided to get the word out to ensure that this veteran didn't die alone. Jasmine contacted several groups, including Miss Veteran America, who put out an appeal of their own in this heartfelt Facebook message that was quickly shared around. When Jasmine arrived to the cemetery, she was astonished to see a crowd of 200 strangers gathered for Serena's funeral. Serena was buried with full military honors and now has 200 known family and friends. The veteran in our final story nearly died fighting for his country, and now he's using his second chance at life to make a huge difference in the lives of his fellow veterans. In April 2007, Bobby Henline was 3 weeks into his 4th tour in Iraq when his Humvee was blown up by a roadside bomb. Bobby was the only survivor and suffered burns to more than 38% of his body. He was put in an induced coma for about 3 weeks and spent 6 months in the hospital. The incident left Bobby with severe scarring and injuries, including the amputation of his left hand. But despite suffering from such a horrific event, Bobby continued to live his life and dreamt of owning a fast service restaurant that he could use to give back to others, especially veterans like himself. When Korean War veteran Richard Brown met Bobby, he decided he wanted to help make that dream a reality through his program, Sunrise Warriors. The program seeks to help veterans develop and run their own businesses. Through GoFundMe and other donations, Bobby has raised a total of $100,000, which is only 30 grand short of what he needs to open the restaurant. Once everything is up and running, Bobby said he will start hiring fellow veterans to follow his calling of serving others. Bobby quoted Theodore Roosevelt saying, "Do what you can with what you have where you are." That does it for this episode of Positive Chat with Raisa. I'm going to include a link to Bobby's GoFundMe page in the description box below, just in case you want to check that out. And I hope you have an explosive but safe 4th of July and a positively uplifting week. Thank you for watching.